Florence, I've got a very small present for you. I'm calling him Billy the Cactus.
Under the shirt? Oh, Barry's cousin.
This is Barry's cousin.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I was on the train here looking through your old Insta photos because I'm
got little feet.
weird like that, and I saw you with the giant avo.
Yes.
And then I literally walked past a window with...
You're kidding.
Billy.
Okay, well, this is adorable. Do you know my Barry the Cactus story?
I have seen videos.
Yes.
He had some surgery.
He went through some surgery and he didn't survive, unfortunately, which is a touch subject. He's not living. That's definitely a dead soul.
Well.
But now I have a cactus that will never die, unless my dog Billy eats Billy. In which case, I'm screwed.
Other amazing Insta posts you have include you with a tiny fan in the flower mound dress.
We patiently await your verdict.
I love a behind-the-scenes photo, especially as they're mine, so I just whip them out every now and then.
The glamour.
The glamour.
The glamour. Like bin bags.
No, it was pillows. They stuffed underneath pillows. When I was standing still, it was pillows, and sat. They would just stuff it with pillows, and then when I was walking, it was completely empty. Bloody heavy. So heavy. They had to create a frame off so like a crinoline from, corsets and skirts. They had to create it off my shoulders because the weight needed to be distributed perfectly.
As you do.
And it was unbelievable. All of the flowers were made handmade. They were made out of wire and fabric.
And people just go, that's a nice shot.
That's a nice shot. No,
that took days and weeks.
That took many hands.
You must be aware, I imagine you're aware, how your fans love that if you're ever frowning.
Oh, I know. Whenever I'm sad, it does a bit of this.
They know that great acting's on the way.
Do you believe me now? So when the tremble comes...
The tremble?
I don't even mean to do it. It's just genuinely something that my face does when I start feeling sad or when I start thinking about something. I remember a boyfriend of mine once, whenever I'd start feeling like I was going to cry, I don't like crying in front of people. Something I've really had to...
wow, you've picked quite the job.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't like crying in front of people. It's something that I've really had to allow myself to do as I've got older. And when we would argue or when I'd be sad, I'd be like, my whole mouth would be quivering. And he'd be like, no, stop. And I was like, no. And I would not be letting myself cry, but my whole bottom mouth would be quivering and dimpling. And even when I do cry now on camera, it still happens.
I really miss her. I know.
But there is nothing. You can't get... when that tremble happens, you're buggered.
You're just gone.
The best part of my life was fake. And none of you told me.
I gather the cutlery stuff in Hawkeye was your doing.
Yeah.
I love all those lines.
The mac and cheese, everything. I mean, we came in and Hayley and I were like, hi. We didn't want to talk about boyfriends. I made macaroni if you want some. Let's eat.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
You have one fork?
Yeah. Forks. No. You have one fork?
I'm one person.
That's so weird. I was like, guys, can I eat it? And they were like, well, I mean, not many actors want to eat on the scene. We're going to be going for a whole day. And I was like, I was like, is this real sriracha? And they were like, yep. I was like, blah. It was great. Oh, I love hot sauce. Yeah.
Have there ever actually been any discussions with somebody approaching you semi-formally going, Cooking with Flo, the TV show?
Yeah. He's cooking with Flo, bitches. Listen.
Okay.
Billy's going on the knee. Okay.
Regroup.
So when I started those videos up 3 years ago, I was doing it because it was fun. I was doing it because it was silly. Even more than 4 years ago, I started in 2019. And then when in the pandemic, my dad said that he really loved them and I wasn't with my family. So I was doing them for him and for my family. And then more and more I saw that in like the messages, people were like, I'm not with my family, but it feels like I'm with my friend. Please keep on doing these videos. And so I did. I would just keep on doing these videos for people that were alone and just needed to be on, you know, and they're mad. They're not, nothing's organized. I just checked in the fridge. And there's barely any ingredients. But I thought I'd give it a go anyway. I don't know, timings, measurements, that's just how I cook. I'm just like, it's done.
Yeah, and there's a cocktail here.
Great, exactly. And I think people just like that mad, weird, bizarre energy of like, okay, you're around your friend's house. And so I really, if ever there was a conversation that came up, I was like, I need to keep it like this. I don't want anything to be clean or perfected or polished. Yeah, like the whole idea is that you're in my kitchen. Ooh! That splattered the screen. No edible flowers.
God, no. All that sort of 24-carat fad where they put the gold on the food.
Don't know.
Oh, change.
No, I'm kidding.
If I get to take it home.
Have you ever had it on the bolognese?
really brings something out.
Really brings out that basil.
Great with a pasty.
Yeah, I'm dancing with my homemade tzatziki, aren't you?
Let us talk about scenes in your back catalogue that you were not necessarily worried about, but you were eagerly anticipating. I would imagine the economic proposition, I want to be great or nothing, from Little Women was a scene that felt very, okay, well, this is one.
When do you begin your great work of art, Rafaela?
Never.
Never? What? Why?
I'm a failure. I mean, if that one wasn't nerve-wracking at all, that just happened one day, which happened to be like this scene of Amy for the movie, like for me as well anyway. Yeah, that happened. I mean, literally that morning, Greta gave me a piece of paper. She was like, okay, so Meryl thinks that that we need to talk about this. So I think you need to say this.
Learn this.
And I was like, okay. Thankfully, I learned things quite fast. And I remember I was doing my touch-ups and she kept coming. She was like, do you need another 10? And I was like, just give me another 10. And so she kept on coming over to check. But I felt like that was the kind of like nature of the scene anyway.
Why did you give up, Amy? You have so much talent
Talent
and energy.
isn't genius. And no amount of energy can make it so.
Her being hungry, her being disappointed, and her just finally needing to like fireball it out.
I want to be great or nothing, and I will not be some commonplace dauber, and I don't intend to try anymore.
So actually it was perfect. The scene that I was most nervous about was probably...
The proposal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't marry him.
Yeah, when he says...
What?
When he says... Don't marry him.
Yeah.
Don't marry him.
Why?
Why? You know why.
No. No.
Yes.
No. Lori,
What?
you're being mean. Stop it. Stop it.
Because she's such a, she has all of her tones and her attitudes, and I think that was the first time that we saw her being serious.
I won't do it.
Or maybe in my shooting schedule it was anyway.
I won't, not when I've spent my entire life loving you.
And it was the first scene that I did with Timmy.
No.
Yeah. I
I
think it was in like my first week of shooting or my second week of shooting or something. That was the first scene that I did with Timmy. So I really didn't know who she was yet. And I knew who younger Amy was because that came so naturally to me.
I'm Amy.
Although you'll have to fight Joe.
But I really didn't know who she was as an adult. Like, is she still annoying? Is she still, how sparky is she? How has she tamed? But yeah, so that was just nerve-wracking, and also to go up against Timmy. He was and is obviously the moment now, but he was the moment literally right then. He was doing Press with a Beautiful Boy. Everyone was talking about how amazing he was, and I was like, oh God, I have to basically charge at him in this scene.
Well, let me just make you blush again, I hope, but that makes me love the scene even more. I am so impressed. That's incredible.
Oh,
amazing.
Thank you.
But let's dig into a good person.
Yes.
And call me a madman, but I like the hair.
Thank you so much.
And put your scissors at like a slight angle. Okay, it's now or never. Go for it.
I loved the hair as well. I loved having it. It was wicked.
Fuck.
I spoke to a journalist the other day for an interview, and at the end she was like, so what do you mean when you cut the hair? And I was like, well, I cut the hair. You know, it was my hair. She was like, I thought it was a wig. I was like, no, it was my hair. She goes, but it looked so bad. And I was like, yeah, that was the point.
Spotted. Well done.
Fuck. No, but it's funny. It's like, I don't think people do that much where you make a conscious decision to look as dreadful and as run down as possible.
Does it look even?
Not exactly, no.
Good job. You look amazing.
Thank you. And I think for me that was really important with Ali. Like I needed vanity to go out the window, and I needed the audience to realise that vanity had gone out the window.
For sure.
So many times we would watch something where we watch someone at rock bottom and they still look kind of gorgeous, or like, you know, they've got the angle lines right and they just look a little bit thinner but still look great. And it's like, no, we're making a real story here about a real topic that is happening to this day, to this very minute, and people are suffering, and it's not pretty. And why are we caring about if my hair looks good? And I just think that that kind of stuff is really necessary when making movies. It's like, get rid of the beauty, get rid of it. Like, it has no place in a story like this.
Yeah. That's the real stuff.
Yeah.
What the hell did you do to your hair?
It's Makeover Monday.
It's Friday.
Oh.
Your year this year is incredible. I said the word a lot today, but A Good Person, Puss in Boots, let's chuck that in.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer, and then June Part 2.
Those were two epic. I mean, working with Christopher Nolan was quite possibly one of the most thrilling experiences, in a different way, partly because he works with professionals. He is a professional.
Theory will take you only so far.
But his dedication to the craft of filmmaking and old filmmaking is just magical to watch.
I don't know if we can be trusted with such a weapon.
To just watch every single crew member on that set work so hard.
But we have no choice.
For him, like to get his approval, and not in like a weird way, but in a truly like, everybody knows who they're working for and everybody's proud of being there.
Totally.
And everybody has so much pride in their own work. And so what that does is it means that everybody is constantly trying to be better the next day. And I've never seen that feeling on set before.
That focus.
Just a master.
Yeah.
And everybody wanting to be like, I'm good. Let me show you how good I am. Even us, you know, we were all there every day. We don't sit down. Like, that's another thing. You don't really sit down. You're just waiting, seeing what you can be told to do. It's very exciting.
I think your next project after Nolan, Villeneuve, it should be Paddington 3.
I would love to be in Paddington.
If we can sort of sneak you in, even as a sort of post-credits cameo, would be just...
or even if I'm making marmalade with him. I made marmalade! He tweeted me once.
Yeah, that was an internet breaker.
That changed history itself. I just can't get out of my head what Paddington's thumbs look like when they type and tweet. You know, think about it.
Just think about it. Not too hard.
Think about it. Do you think he does it with his feet as well?
I think he uses his nose.
I use my nose when it's cold.
Oh, for sure. Send. Absolutely.
I'm quite fast, actually.
My final question is this.
Yeah.
When fans spot you in the street and they see you and they're excited and they want to hand you a gift like Billy, what do they typically say to you? Do they quote lines? What do they bring up? What are they saying?
Most of the time, it's like a... And then I'll usually end up walking past them because they're not saying anything. And I'll do like a little smile and then they'll go... And then they'll discuss with their friends if they're going to come and follow me. And if they're going to come and talk to me. And then when they do, I'm like, hi. And they go, sorry, did you see me? And I'm like, yeah. But you can't stand there and wait because then they feel even sillier. So you kind of have to just like continue. And then it's always, you know, most of the time it's young, really wonderful, intelligent women that are talking about how they studied Little Women or how they've read the book in school and their teacher let them watch it. And they're just like, you know, really, really wonderful fans to have. I'm so grateful for my fans. I've never had anyone be... I've had a few rude people, but you do get that anyway with, drunken boys.
Okay, this is my very favourite question, so I'm going to wheel it out because this is a special occasion. What is your go-to face to ruin a photo? Because whenever I get asked for a photograph, and it's very rare, the temptation to just go...
That's amazing.
Is super strong.
I don't ruin photos with fans because they always ask me if they can take it again. With family photos, I usually do like a bit of a Nero, or I do like a...
I love a Nero though, you're so right.
I've got a 7-year-old picture of me when I'm like... don't know what I'm holding here, but...
You're good, you.
Yeah.
Such pleasure.
It's lovely to chat to you. That was really lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for Billy.
Oh, I know.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to keep up to date. You can listen to my Radio 1 movies and TV podcast, Screen Time, on BBC Sounds. And you can find these interviews in full on BBC iPlayer by searching Movies with Ali Plumb.